The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham High School's basketball starts now.
Good morning from Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. Semifinal Saturday for the 2025 Sweet 16. I'm Chris Lamar along with former Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest. Welcome to Lexington at South Oldham and Bowling Green, and the Dragons. Been the talk of the tournament thus far, Coach.
Very much so, and everything really positive.
This is a Dragons team, 31-5 on the season, and of course I know you guys were either here yesterday or listened to us. 76-75 win over J-Town. Just a miraculous display of basketball.
Very much so. No quit in those guys, and they just kept finding a way to get back in it. It was a game of runs for both teams, and as they say, it's always best to be the last one to have a run. And that's how it ended up with South.
Gary, you've got Colton Wuchterl. He's 10 of 13 yesterday. You know, he sets a new Sweet 16 record for most threes in a state tournament game. And I think if play were to be completed as of now, he's the tournament MVP.
Oh, very much so. And, one of the things we talked about that very first game is the fact that South, as they went through the region, they got stronger, and particularly by the big three off the bench, and Wuchterl being one. And he certainly showed it yesterday, with, wow, did he have a shooting game or what? People are getting exposed to the South Oldham offense, and that's all you hear people talking about. Man, they shoot a lot of threes. And I said, hey, what you see is what people get.
This is a Dragons team. They've already set a school record for most wins in their school history, 31-5. And you look at Bowling Green out of the 4th region, they're 30-6, and they've had a fantastic year as well, Coach.
Very much so, and we'll talk a little bit about them a little later on, but it is a different Bowling Green team than we see normally in the state tournament. Smaller in size. Don't have that big guy inside, and we'll mention that as we go on.
We will. Purples have certainly won 2 to get to this point, both in overtime. They defeated Dare County by a point on Wednesday, and then yesterday trailed by 9 in the second half, and they were able to get by a really good Ashland Blazer team. And this team playing very well, just like the rest of the teams playing.
Well, ironically, we were talking here earlier. It's almost like South Oldham and Bowling Green are those teams of destiny. People didn't really know much about or maybe think much about them, but they're making people take notice now.
Thank you so much for joining us today for this audio call of the Sweet 16, South Oldham and Bowling Green. Tip-off at 11 a.m. Until then, you'll hear from both head coaches. We'll have Gary Forrest Inside Look. And up next, more on Bowling Green's head coach, D.G. Sherrill, his 17th season, but his second tour of duty with the Purples. And you'll meet their head coach coming up next on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org. to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent. You've got this.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Find out more at andersonsales.com.
Bowling Green Purples head coach D.G. Sherrill. Coach, comments, please.
That's a good basketball team we just had to beat. We had to do everything we could possibly do. They had us down just about all of regulation. We got 1 point lead there late in the fourth quarter, and we're lucky enough to kind of pull that thing out late. But hats off to Ashland. It was just about game-winning plays in that fourth quarter and that overtime, just trying to get stops and rebounds and do all the little things that you can try to win games. We didn't shoot a great percentage from three either. They were red hot early. I'm like, when's it going to stop? They just seem like every time I turn around, they're banging another three on us. They're really hard to guard. So just really proud of these guys and the job they did today. Really proud of them.
DJ, it looked like your kids executed your game plan to perfection, but their coach pretty much did the same thing. Their kids pretty much did the same thing. You know, did you think kind of like what Michael asked about, get one break, get a lead, a tie, something that you could turn it in your favor?
I mean, I don't want to, this is not, certainly not patting ourselves on the back, but I thought that the fans just got to watch a really good basketball game with both teams kind of executing offensively, both teams really getting after each other defensively. I will say this, I've been blessed to coach a long time. That's as good a bunch of guys that we just went against. They play hard. They play their game the right way. Their guys were, just a professional bunch. And hats off to them. It's a shame one of these teams had to lose, but I knew we played them early in the year, and I've known the Ashland guys for a long time, and they're a class act. But they brought a lot of stuff today that we had to guard. They brought a lot of action we had to guard, and we had to figure. You knew Xander was going to create all this stuff for his teammates, and ghost screens, double stagger screens, all this action that they just do a really good job of. And they got us a few times early on that stuff, but we just we knew it was coming. But when you get a day to prepare, it's not like you have 2 or 3 days to prepare. And so they got us on some of it early, but our guys did a great job of adjusting. They stayed in the moment. We kept talking about we need 2, 3 stops here to get it over. They stayed in the moment, and I think that was critical on us kind of being able to finish that right there at that end of that fourth quarter, get that thing to overtime. Then overtime, I felt like you really saw their legs. Their shots were short. Their lift wasn't as much on the shots. They were shooting jumpers. We were loading the lane up, and the shots weren't falling. We were able to get some big offensive rebounds and then some transition opportunities.
DG, you've had a lot of good teams up here. You've been up here a lot, but as we've talked this year, I mean, you've said you're undersized, maybe a little bit under the radar. What's it mean to get this team to the final day of the season? I mean, walking in the locker room right here, and you can understand what it means. You've got 5 seniors that have been here and played together since they were 6th graders. They won every conference championship they played in all the way from 6th grade all the way through. We had Joe in there this year, and Joe's been a great addition to our group. And then we got a bunch of young guys that really do a great job of helping us prepare and run our scout teams for us. This group right here, I mean, nobody picked them. I mean, you guys, all you media fellows had somebody else up here. And so that's fine with us. Don't pick us. We'll just keep fighting and clawing and scratching. But anyway, long story short, our guys, they stayed in the fight. And they stay committed. They know their character, and you can't measure hard. You can't measure hard. And they didn't quit, and they haven't quit. It's been 3 weeks now. They just haven't quit because, gosh, guys, we've had like a month off between games, and so it's hard to keep focused. They just didn't quit. I think that shows their character and their heart.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
This broadcast is authorized by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. Gary, you heard the conversation yesterday from D.G. Sherrill, Bowling Green's head coach, reflecting on their win, and you really get the sense he's, milking this underdog role that they've got here at the state tournament.
Well, whether he believes it or not, he sells it. And I think his kids have bought into that, and that's nothing of disrespect. That's just another way of finding a point that you can get your kids' attention.
This is a prideful program. They've been to 19 Sweet 16s. That is a top 10 all-time amongst Kentucky programs, but they were the regional runner-up the last 3 years. But they're back here with a core group of seniors. And then Deuce Bailey, the tremendous football player, he's a quarterback going to Missouri State last year. He's really the integral part of what they do well.
Very good athlete, probably obviously a better football player than basketball, but he's no slacker in basketball as well. He'll guard that other team's best player, and if needed offensively the other night when they kind of got really sluggish and stalled out, he's the guy, got a couple buckets for him, got him going.
Yeah, Bailey only averages 9 points in basketball. Hit the game winner against Adair County in overtime as they won that game by 1 on the gridiron. 11,000 career passing yards, 130 touchdowns, just a remarkable talent. And then you look in terms of Luke Eidlich, the senior, 15 points per game, Gary, and then Joe Hurt, he's new to the program. Both these guys, all 4th region players.
Very much so. You know, they're athletic, and they sprinkle in just enough good shooters that they make you have to play them honestly.
Before we went on the air, we talked about this Bowling Green team in terms of how maybe you would assess them. Are they like anybody South has played this year?
Well, probably the one team that we both kind of felt like they looked a lot similar in the way they played was Louisville Butler, which South was able to beat early January in a game down at South Oldham. We had the game, watched it, and they're very similar to them.
Winner of this will get the winner of semifinal number 2. It's Montgomery County and Great Crossing. That game will tip at 1:30 in the championship tonight in Lexington at 7:30. Up next, Gary Forrest, keys to the game, an inside look on both programs. It's South Oldham and Bowling Green. 13 minutes from tip on Glycod.
Not just blind. Blind to wet, not just blind.
Definitely. Best competition. Check it. Ooh.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
An inside look on this morning's game is presented by Blinds Direct. Looking for the best in home decor at Blinds Direct. They offer custom blinds, wallpaper, and more. Proudly serving Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com for the area's best selection. And Gary, we talked a bit about Bowling Green, but what are some other distinguishing traits?
Well, they're positionless players, if you will. I mean, all 5 of their starters are really guards. And even though they bring a little something different to the table, when you're playing against them, sometimes that presents matchup problems for your team. So I think that's one of the things. They showed great composure. Both games they were down late, only to find a way to come back. So you have to think a lot about them. And 4 guys in double figures. So, if in your game planning you say, well, we don't guard this one or not so much on this one, you have to respect all of them. And once again, they're athletic, so they're going to play lots of different styles, and they're going to make you get up and down the floor.
And for those just joining us this season that haven't followed South Oldham, let's give an inside glimpse of this Dragon program and what they do so very well.
Well, if you could say three-pointer, there's a picture of South Oldham and their mascot. They're number 1 in the state for attempts. Okay, some people say, well, that just means they shoot a lot. They make them, too. They're top 10 in percentage in the state of three-pointers. This isn't just this year. This has been going back almost a decade. Coach Simpson and his kids take pride in that. That's the hat that they hang on the notch for them. And at the same time, defensively, not always known as a great defensive team, they play a series of different zone defenses, and they change a lot. And in doing so at the high school level, that can cause confusion. We saw it in the game against J-Town when they went to the 1-3-1. So they're not just one-dimensional where they shoot threes. They play the odds. When you shoot threes, you get a longer rebound kicks out. So they do a pretty good job rebounding because they don't have big kids inside, but the ball kicks out further. So just a lot of little things. They've kind of perfected this way of playing.
Dragons, they've made 453 threes up to this minute. That is a tops in Kentucky. Colton Wuchterl, we talked about his tremendous effort here in the Sweet 16. But then you've got Julian Miles and Jake Fithian, and they've both made over 100 threes this year.
Yeah, it's not a one-headed dragon, if you'll see. They all take pride in it. And you bring a kid off the bench, people say, well, they're nuts. Why isn't that kid starting? Every kid wants to start, but these kids have accepted their roles, and they're like a shot of adrenaline when they come in off the bench. They come in shooting.
Steve Simpson, year 25 on the bench in Crestwood, 471 wins. You'll hear from him next, his thoughts after the win yesterday, and we will have that conversation coming up on Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics, and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit OperationParent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
South Oldham Dragons, head coach Stephen Simpson. Coach, comments on that game, please.
What a great game. We came into this game really knowing it was going to be a 32-minute war. Anybody that can go and beat a St. X team, we knew that they were coming out to win. I thought for the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, we looked like the team that we want to be. And we hit a little dry spell there, and then we came on late. These guys showed tremendous grit, tremendous guts. It was a fight to win that game. J-Town is very athletic. They're very well coached. Their coach does a great job with them.
Coach, have you guys always – I know this year you shoot threes at a high level, like average 1 3-point attempt per minute. Has this always been this way, or is this your personnel?
We, if you look at the state record, the top 25 3-point shooting teams in the history of the state, we're on there 9 times. This team broke. We did hold the record with 394, and so this team broke that record. I do think we have had more attempts this year. And because our ball movement has been so excellent, our player movement most times is really good. And so this team's just, I mean, there's guys sitting over there on the bench that they can come out there and knock down threes like that. Our bench has played tremendous through this whole postseason. So as we said the other day, we have a shooting culture. When other guys are doing shell drill, we're doing 3-man 2-ball shooting. And so that muscle memory, we feel like gives us that opportunity to knock down those shots.
Steve, how many games have you won over the years getting out rebounded about 23 rebounds?
Probably not very many. I don't know that stat. Our big thing is we just try to compete on obviously we love to out rebound somebody, but we feel like at our size and the way we play, we're just trying to compete on the boards. And then we also believe in timely rebounding. And I think these guys are pretty good at that. And again, the hard work, these guys have been playing together. Those seniors have been playing together forever. So they kind of know where each other are in those kind of things. And I want to go back. I thought our defense at times tonight was really good. I don't want you to tell it. We like everybody to believe that we never do one defensive drill. That's what we want everything. So don't tell them. Don't write that down. Don't do anything because we want them to think. But when it comes, these guys tonight, when it came time to play defense, they did. And that's why we've been able to focus on so many other things because I know their heart when it comes down to it.
Steve, can you just speak to being in the state semifinals and, playing on the last day of the season?
Yeah, we've been talking about this, and when that buzzer sounded, I had to swallow hard. I almost teared up a little bit. I looked up at my wife, and Carter, my grandson, come running at me, and it's just, I told them in the locker room, you know, when I started coaching, I just wanted to get here once. And then we've been blessed to come 4 times. And I never dreamed to have an opportunity of being here on a Saturday morning. And these guys have put us in a position that we can go and do that. So we're just incredibly blessed. And this has just been a great run and something that no matter what happens that I will remember.
Be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
From Glycod, it's Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated. Now courtside for all the action of Oldham High School's basketball on Glycod.
Welcome back to Lexington. Time now for your starting lineups presented by Mortensen Family Dental. A healthy smile means a healthier you. Visit mortensendental.com to locate an office near you. Julian Miles, all 8th region, leading the South Oldham starting 5, averaging 22 points per game. Jake Fithian contributing 13. Xander Searcy will also join William Burnside and Brooks B. Burnside, 10 points. And Brooksby averaging 9 on the season for South Oldham. The Bowling Green starters coming up here in just a moment. This is a team that is laden with balance. Luke Idlet leads them in scoring at 15 points per game. Joe Hurt, 6'2 senior, will chip in 14. Then you've got Braylon Banks at 12, Jace Wardlow at 11, and we already told you about the football historical performer for Bowling Green, Deuce Bailey. Bailey averages 9. Bowling Green is coached by D.G. Sherrill, his 17th season. He is already owning one state championship as he took Bowling Green to win the whole thing all the way back in 2017. Both teams being introduced here in a tremendous lower bowl crowd for these two fine programs, South Oldham and Bowling Green. And Gary, you've coached in a couple of semifinals. The atmosphere is off the chart.
Yeah, it really is. And for kids just to be here, you have to stop and catch your breath a little bit and then remind them you still have work to do. And great accomplishment for these 4 teams playing this morning to have reached this far out of some 200 some odd schools in the state of Kentucky.
Great responsibility for those 3 officials as they've been assigned this duty. Brian Johnson, Cody Ryan, and Brian Cook. Thank you for joining us on Glycod. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. We strive to provide the most positive representation for high school athletics. 4 teams left, South Oldham, Bowling Green, and Game 2. It's Montgomery County and Great Crossing. One of those 4 will win the state championship this evening. So Bowling Green is the home team, home white with the purple numerals, purple lettering. South Oldham, road black, dark green numbers and lettering, and white numerals. First time South Oldham has been on the right bench here this week. Ed Rupp, not sure if Steve Simpson is worried about that. Superstitious, perhaps. We'll see.
Oh, I think all coaches are a little bit, but once again, he'd sit in the top row. That's what it took.
William Burnside jumping for South Oldham, and the tap controlled by the Dragons. South ball right to left to start. There's Xander Searcy inching in the corner to Jake Fithian. Fithian Up top to Brooksby, around to Searcy. As Searcy, belt high pass, swung back to Jake Fithian up top, just underway.
Straight man to man by the Purples. Going to crowd out and force to take away the outside shots.
Miles cuts in, saves it back to B, left corner. B with a path baseline. And the pass smothered and stolen by Joe Hurt of Bowling Green as the Purples out with it. Luke Eidlet roaming baseline, and he lost the handle underneath. Good on-ball defense that time by Xander Searcy to force the miscue.
A little bit of jitters on both teams' behalf right now. Starting the game, 1 turnover each.
Xander Searcy into forecourt for South. 7:15 and a scoreless first. Burnside, there's Miles cutting, and he is held and fouled. First foul of the game on Bowling Green's Deuce Bailey.
Chris, I really look for Miles to get off. You know, he's been deferring more as a passer, but, you know, he's also capable of getting you 30 in a game. So I look for Miles, and I look for Browning, who's been a little subpar, you know, but
Here's
inside
Burnside,
already.
And Burnside on the doorstep, off with that left hand as it ricocheted off the back rim. And Bowling Green with numbers, and Searcy again involved in the steal. And there's a scrum at half court, and Bowling Green is out with it. There's Caden Carpenter angling left to the trailing Hurt in the lane. That's off. Follow no, and Brooksby, a strong South rebound. As Searcy, they had now Jake Fithian. Fithian baseline, and his ball is stolen away by Braylon Banks of Bowling Green. Outlet Hurt, and Hurt applying the break. In the hands of Deuce Bailey now at the 6:38 mark. Bailey spinning in the lane, lofts it short. And both teams cold to start as Burnside snares the South rebound. There's Searcy. Behind him is number 50, Julian Miles, and we have a whistle. And not sure why we've got to stop a play. Xander Searcy bleeding in the nose. That's why we have a stop. And Searcy going to trot over to the near sideline. Well, he's got a nice gash coming out of the schnoz.
Well, super sub, the guy who set a state tournament record the other day, 10 out of 15 threes. Colton Worktel checking in.
So Searcy down at the far sideline. Training staff looking at him as Colton Wuchterl, as Gary told you, is in the game for the first time.
That'll be a tough one to stop right across the bridge of the nose.
Brooksby puts it in, and a spoon-fed assist for Julian Miles.
Well, Miles, big assist for the Dragons.
There's Bailey up top, 6:13 in this opening quarter. In the corner, Caden Carpenter going to draw some attention, and there's Burnside out with the South theft. And Burnside going to draw a foul from behind as Joe Hurt called for a reach-in. So Bowling Green picks up a couple of early fouls.
Both teams 3 turnovers. Not really unexpectedly in a game like this. They've had all night to think about where they're going to be this morning.
There's Julian Miles, strong stern, screened by B. Now B cuts on the roll. Brooks catches it and throws it away. Stolen by Luke Eidlet, and Eidlet will decelerate as he brings it into front court for Bowling Green as they try to get on the board at the 5:45 mark, first quarter.
1-3-1 on the half court, constantly changing defenses. South Oldham right now.
Braylon Banks. Skip pass underneath, nice grab by Carpenter, and Carpenter stepped on the baseline, and Bowling Green, actually it's out off of a South Oldham player. So Bowling Green going to hang on to it.
Steve, talking with some coaches this morning, and one of the things they were impressed with South is their 1-3-1 defense. A lot of people don't play that anymore because of the present day's three-point shooting abilities. But South, they're used to playing against in practice. They're used to shooting threes against it.
5:25 in this opening quarter. Splitting the double team is Bailey. Back out top, this is Braylon Banks. Carpenter inside the lane, and Bowling Green going to hang on to it. Out of bounds underneath is the post-entry touch last. Out of bounds off Brooksby.
Bowling Green not really able to throw over with their lack of size. They try to split you in penetration.
Bailey a corner three. There it is. 3-2 Bowling Green. We played 3 minutes. There's B the trailer into front court. Now Jake Fithian, high left. And a foul. Bowling Green with their 3rd foul of the frame. This a reach in on Caden Carpenter. Purple's going to their bench. Super sub Jace Wardlow in. 6-foot senior. He also a double-figure score at 11. And South will inbound as their number 11, Colton Wuchterl, to inbound in backcourt. And there's Julian Miles over to Wuchterl. 4:55 in this first quarter. Both teams with an early field goal. Miles up top for South. Belt high pass Burnside. Burnside behind him to Miles. Miles a hard drive to the right. No, Burnside had the rebound and it's tapped out to Bowling Green's Carpenter. There's Carpenter into forecourt and he is fouled by South Oldham's Jake Fithian. Be a common foul. 2 free throws perhaps next time as Bowling Green will inbound underneath. That's Luke Eidlet. And here comes Joe Hurt, an initial starter back in. 4:38 in this first quarter. And Xander Searcy, his nose is still bleeding. He's got about a 1-inch Kleenex up that left schnoz.
It's right up that pressure area.
There's an inbound and an easy basket for Joe Hurt. And Bowling Green has got 5 in a row.
Sometimes those are hard to get to stop bleeding.
Thought we might have another Ferdy Pacheco reference.
Well, once to every tournament, that's it.
Brooks B a 3, and that swirls out, and Bowling Green with a rebound as Carpenter snares it at the 4:11 plateau, and Bowling Green inches it in the corner to Luke Eidlet. Up top, Carpenter. Carpenter splitting double. Eidlet a corner 3, off, and Miles got the backside rebound for South. 3-on-2 break. Burnside catches, and Burnside connects.
Well, there's a guy that's been missing a little lately for South, and good to see him on the boards.
Got a Julian Miles foul. Far sideline coming up the floor. So Bowling Green inbounding at 3:49. And to your point, Gary, William Burnside, 7 scoreless minutes yesterday.
Yeah, just one of those couldn't get going, and Coach Simpson elected to the super sub off the bench and was rewarded by that great shooting performance by Wachtorow.
Chase Wardlow receives the inbound. There's Bailey wiggling in the lane, lofts it in. Deuce Bailey has 5 of Bowling Green's 7, and they lead by 3.
Just a great athlete.
There's Miles probing into front court. Miles spinning left, skips it to Wachtorow in the corner. Wachtorow up top, Fithian, and it's batted in backcourt, and great play by Fithian to evade the defender in basketball. South will keep it on an inbound play. Drew Campbell will take off his sweatshirt. He's coming in for South Oldham as Campbell providing some pop off the bench in this tournament.
Once again, it's nice to know you got a guy coming off the bench, had a whirl of a regional tournament, and quick offense.
Here comes Miles creeping into front court. Over to Burnside. Burnside up top to Wachtorow. And Wachtorow behind him. It's Drew Campbell. Campbell sealed off baseline. 50 and a high left 3. It's short and he knew it right away, but Campbell there to get the rebound, and South's going to keep it. Campbell reverse layup blocked, and Burnside chases it down for South, and Burnside puts it in.
There's my guy.
Burnside with 2 quick field goals as Fithian deflects it coming up the floor, and there's a Drew Campbell South Oldham foul at the 2:46 mark. And that's going to take us into immediate timeout. Bowling Green leading South Oldham 7-6. They'll have the basketball after this. Coming right back from Glycod.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the law offices of D. Camillus and Mattingly in Louisville. Our reputation is our trademark.
2:46 to play opening quarter. Bowling Green by a point. Purple's ball out of the media timeout. Gary, what do you glean from the first segment?
Well, right now it's, like the punchers early in a prize fight. Both sides feeling one another out. No one has a decided advantage, as the score seems to indicate. South really hasn't chucked up threes, but that's to be expected. You're prepared if you're Bowling Green to stop the threes. You'll really get an idea as we get into the second and third quarters if Bowling Green does a good job and takes away the threes. At Bowling Green, well, they're just being athletic. And they've been able to pick up loose balls and convert those into points.
And a nice start for William Burnside with a couple of field goals.
Yeah, very much so. Glad to see him come off the snide a little bit. And that's the thing about South. They've got 7, 8 guys that can put up double figures on you.
So Bowling Green possession out of the timeout. Both teams now even with 3 fouls. And 2:46 to play in this first quarter. Bowling Green 2-2 historically in state semifinals. This, of course, South Oldham's first ever appearance in the Sweet 16's Final Four. So Bowling Green possession in front of us, 3 rows in front of us. Jace Wardlow to trigger it in. He's got that white headband, and he'll float it in backcourt. Here comes Braylon Banks.
2-3, and they'll tilt that a little bit and maybe trap out of the 1-3-1.
Bailey inside the teeth of that defense, muscles it long, follow no, and Burnside's got the South rebound. Over now to Julian Miles, and Miles applying the break as he inches into front court, opposite Deuce Bailey. Miles killing the dribble. There's Fithy in the recourse, top of the key. Fithy in drive, splits it in the corner. Campbell arcs a 3, short air ball. Rebound. Braylon Banks of Bowling Green. Banks running the floor. Joe Hurt. Hurt puts it in. Hurt his first field goal, and a 9-6 Bowling Green lead with 1:58 in this first stanza. Fithian inches it underneath Burnside. Burnside directing traffic. You can really sense his confidence. Back out to Fithian. Fithian inside the lane. Wheels it back to Burnside in the corner. Burnside handoff, Wuchterl, and boy, the defense is closed on him, and there's a turnover. Burnside back to chase it down for South. And now Wuchterl at 1:30. Now Miles peering over his right-hand shoulder to retrieve the revamped play call. Up top, Campbell. Back to Miles in front of the seated fans to the left, underneath Burnside. Muscles it in! Burnside 6 of South Oldham's 8, and 1:11 to play in this first quarter. Bowling Green leading 9-8. Deuce Bailey in the near side corner, flag down by Caden Carpenter as we slide under a minute. Elbow jumper in for Luke Idlet. Excuse me, that's Hurt. Joe Hurt with a basket, 11-8 Bowling Green. 50 and a 3 up top, short to the right, and Bowling Green with a rebound. It's Jace Wardlow, outlet, Joe Hurt. Pull away 3 left corner, yes. And Bowling Green opening up some distance now by 6 with 36 in this first quarter. 50 and up top to Campbell around Burnside with 28 seconds on the first quarter timer. There's Burnside baseline. William takes it up. This one's short. 50 and flags down the rebound for South. Up to Campbell at 18 seconds. Wuchterl a corner 3. In and out. And there's Bowling Green with a rebound. Wardlow at 11. Outlet Caden Carpenter. Carpenter applying the break. There's a wide open corner 3. That's going to swirl out for Carpenter. And Miles with the rebound, and that's going to close quarter number 1. Bowling Green outscoring South Oldham 7-1 to wrap up quarter 1, and they lead the Dragons 14-8 on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. 8 minutes complete. Bowling Green leading South Oldham 14-8 as we transition into quarter number 2. And Joe Hurt, the Fairdale transfer, with 9 early points
Well, what we're seeing is Bowling Green is doing a very good job in their man-to-man, getting out on South and crowding them, taking away good looks right now for the threes, forcing South Oldham to put the ball on the floor on the dribble, and at the same time, what it's left open is get the ball into the block to Burnside, who's got 6 points this first quarter.
Xander Searcy going to check back in for South again. He went out about the midway portion of the first quarter with a bloody nose. And he's going to join Adrian Miles, who's checked in for the first time. Colton Wuchterl is out there. Julian Miles as well with Drew Campbell.
Now they go a little smaller, and back to the 1-3-1 now.
So Bowling Green possession left to right to start this second quarter. In the corner, that's Luke Idlet, and good double team in the corner, and a South foul. A little too overzealous there as both Campbell and Searcy involved, and it will be a South Oldham foul.
You know, South wants to really stay within range of Idlet. He's that open point shooter for Bowling Green. Can't give him good looks.
Drew Campbell picks up his second foul. He fouled out yesterday, by the way, with 7:55 now in this half. Is Bowling Green with possession by 6. Idlet in the corner as Banks up top. Near sideline, Caden Carpenter. As Carpenter drawing the double team. Now Banks in the corner. That's Hurt. He is sealed off underneath. Carpenter catches and banks it in the lane.
Don't know if he called that one.
Important sequence here for South, down 8, 7:27 first half. There's Miles in the corner to Campbell. Back to Julian Miles, a deep three. Long, chased down though by Drew Campbell of South Oldham. There's Miles cutting. In the corner, Adrian Miles. Miles finds Campbell inside the lane. Campbell comes to a jump stop. Back outside, Searcy tees up a three, and it's off again as the Dragons ice cold to start this game from 3, and Bowling Green with the rebound.
0 for 7 from the threes right now for South Oldham.
Braylon Banks will handle it up top. Banks applying the break at the elbow. Corner 3, Wardlow, swish. And South going to call timeout, 30-second timeout. 19-8 Bowling Green, 6:48 first half. More coverage coming up after this.
Supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
Jace Wardlow connecting on his 39th made 3 of the year, and Bowling Green opening up a high watermark lead of 11 with 6:48 to play first half.
Bowling Green 3 out of 5 threes, so beating South Oldham at their own game with the threes currently.
Julian Miles near wing, able to hang on to that pass in front court. Miles muscles it up, laid it up long. And Campbell with 2 fouls going for that rebound. Bowling Green is out with it. Wardlow pull-up jumper. It's in and out, and South with a big rebound as Wuchterl claims it for the Dragons. 6:24 to play second quarter. Julian Miles, far sideline for South Oldham. Underneath, Searcy back out to Brooks B for a 3. Good! So Brooks B, he got the party started yesterday with their first 3, perhaps the same ending today.
Well, that was all made by, they entered into the post area, the defense collapsed down, they kicked back out to the corner, and B knocked it down.
And there's an answer at the other end. Luke Idlet, a corner swish 3, and it's 22-11 Bowling Green.
4 out of 5 threes for Bowling Green.
Colton Wuchterl, a 3. That's going to go. High
Here we
left.
go. We got those runs going. 3 in a row right now for both teams combined.
Bowling Green going to try another 3. That is short in the corner, and Wuchterl back to claim the rebound for South Oldham with 5:35 in the half. There's Miles. He's aware and cognizant of the trailer behind him. Wuchterl, a 3 up top, in and out. And there's Bowling Green with a rebound. It's Caden Carpenter. With 5:21 second quarter. Bowling Green by 8 with the ball. Banks far sideline to Idlet. Now Bailey veering left, and a hard South Oldham foul on Adrian Miles.
You know, Bailey, really good athlete, Chris, and, you know, he does all the little things. He can dribble, drive, and you think, well, he doesn't shoot it. He's a good medium-range shooter. I don't think he possesses the ability to make the three-point shots, but what he does is he frees his teammates up with his dribble penetration.
Steve Simpson very unhappy with one of the officials, and it's going to be an out-of-bounds opportunity here for Bowling Green. He's still verbalizing the near side official. What's he so upset about, Gary?
Well, thought that they should have got the ball and that it was knocked out off of the Bowling Green player, but I've seen him change many like that. I think he's planting the seed with this official for the next 50-50 ball.
Bowling Green to inbound. Braylon Banks retrieves near half court on that big UK blue logo. Now he inches towards the three-point line. Under 5 minutes. First half, pull-up jumper, Banks, got it.
They're really getting in the paint to start their offense. And they've shot a tremendous percentage this first half.
24-14, 4:45 second quarter. There's Fithian up top, wheels it in the corner to Burnside. Burnside wiggles, drives, up, under, got the roll. Burnside with 8, trying to keep South Oldham afloat here with 4:30 in the half. There's Banks, no-look pass in the corner. Idlet tees up a 3 and knocks it in.
That's 5 out of 7 threes for Bowling Green, according to my stats.
Down 11 are the Dragons with 4:11 first half. Fithian trying to get off the schneid. He'll skip it in the corner. Searcy. Burnside a corner 3. Long. Bowling Green with a rebound. Braylon Banks vacuums it in, running the floor. Nice catch, and Hurt put it in. And Bowling Green razor sharp as they grow the lead to 13. There's Fithian at the 3:50 mark. B catches. B puts it up. Got it. Brooks B with 7.
B very patient with the ball inside. Used a good head lift. Got the defense in the air. Scored the easy inside bucket.
Idlet left wing 3. Good again.
Right now they're just hot.
South Oldham timeout, and Steve Simpson going to work over his defense. 3:28 first half. Bowling Green 32, South Oldham 18. We'll step aside, more coverage coming up after this from Glycod. Tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project. See the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Bowling Green on top of South Oldham, 32-18 with 3:28 to play in this first half. Purples connecting on repeated threes to grow this lead.
Specifically, they're 13 out of 19 totaled, and they're 5 out of 7 from 3. So 60% shooting this first half for the Purples.
Dragons have connected on 2 threes, and they'll possess the ball. There's Miles on the cut. Miles put it in. Great assist by Brooks B. Miles' first field goal, and they're going to need plenty of more of him with 3:11 in this first half. Braylon Banks, as Miles shadows him. Now Banks angling right, applies the break. Up top, Carpenter. Hurt, catches in the lane. Now back out for a 3. This one does swirl out by Luke Idlet, and there's South with a rebound. Here comes Miles into front court. 2:48 on the timer. Miles a 3 up top, off to the left. Burnside aggressive in that rebound. Takes it up strong. He missed it too. And B out with it for South. Over to Fithian. Fithian missed from the doorstep. Miles chases it down. He'll try a 3. Yes! Julian with 5 straight, but credit both Burnside and B for going after that rebound.
4 offensive rebounds. That's what got them that tray at the end.
2:19 in the half of South trying to close with a flurry as Bowling Green with possession. Carpenter in the corner to Hurt. Back on the exchange to 10, Caden Carpenter. Carpenter angling left with Adrian Miles on him. Carpenter drives, and Adrian Miles, whether that's Xander Searcy, I beg your pardon, called for the foul.
Chris, if you'll know what Bowling Green's doing, everything starts off dribble penetration, and almost every time they're able to get into the paint to start their offense.
Take a quick media timeout. 2:03 first half. Bowling Green leading South Oldham 32-23. Purple's basketball side court when you come back on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Chris Labar, Gary Forrest, and producer Steve Bird welcome you back to Lexington. 2:03 left in this first half. Bowling Green by 9, 32-23, and really, Gary, an important couple of minutes for the Dragons.
Very much so. We got to steady the ship a little bit. The threes are starting to drop a little bit. They're doing a good job on the offensive boards. It's the defensive end. Bowling Green's quickness really has shown South to be about a half step slow. That enables them to get the ball into the middle really easy, and combined with the fact that they're shooting the daylights out of the three, there's where the lead comes.
How does South make some adjustments there in the half court?
Well, once again, I think Coach is going to stay with the zones. He'll just have to mix them up more and maybe go to a 1-2-2 drop to push the ball up the sides rather than let it come straight down the middle of the floor.
So Bowling Green to inbound underneath. It is Luke Eidlet. It's Purple's offense. They've pretty much got 6 starters, if you will, and all 6 have scored thus far.
Got to watch Eidlet. He's the inbounds man. Watch him getting the ball on the step in.
Inbound pass up top to Banks, and he'll wheel it in the corner. Eidlet baseline, back out to Wardlow. Wardlow applying the break as Julian Miles there cutting off his path. And Bailey retreating now. Good defense laterally by Brooks B.
Looking to penetrate, starts out front.
There's Wardlow spinning it high left to Joe Hurt. Burnside causing some distress on him. There's Bailey underneath. Bailey put it up short, left that short, and the rebound trickled right to Miles. Julian Miles of South Oldham with 130 Burnside. In the corner, 50 and 4-3. Short. Rebound, William Burnside, and the ball's going to catapult right out of bounds and belong to Bowling Green. And Fithian really struggling from the floor to start this game.
He really is. Everything is short on Fithian. I've got him for 0-4 from the threes, and it just doesn't look natural.
He's had some open looks. That would have been a big one with 1:15 in the half. Bowling Green with possession. There's Bailey and Miles. The interception, and here comes Julian for South. Back to the trailer, Fithian. Steps into a 3, and there it is!
Well, we need to talk about his lack of threes some more.
Jake Fithian, a trailing 3, a 6-point Bowling Green lead now, 55 seconds in the half. There's Banks trying to carve in on Xander Searcy with that tissue up his left nostril. Now Banks up top, belt high pass back to Joe Hurt for Bowling Green. Is Hurt veering in, back around the horn she goes. Wardlow attacking in an and one as he just simply blew right past Xander Searcy.
Once Wardlow had his shoulders by him, Searcy was on his hip.
So Searcy called for the foul. That's South's 4th foul of this quarter. As Jace Wardlow trying to answer that big Jake Fithian South 3. And Searcy will check out. Colton Wuckturl back in.
Well, Wuckturl a little larger in size, and they'll match him up on Warlow to maybe try to keep his strength from bullying his way into the paint, which he's been able to do on Searcy.
Warlow will have that free throw bounce out. Claimed by Wuchterl over to Julian Miles with 31 seconds, second quarter. Bowling Green by 8 on the defensive end. There's Julian Miles, a three high left, short. Rebound right off of a closing Burnside, and it trickles out of bounds and will belong to Bowling Green.
It's a nice battle we're going to see here right now with Deuce Bailey going against Miles. Both of them football players as well, and it'd be an interesting matchup.
Would be a great backfield.
It would.
15 seconds left in this half. Bowling Green, Wardlow around Idlet, high arcing three, and he knew it. And he put it in.
Idlet says, I can shoot threes as well.
Here's Miles racing up the floor. B, a high left three, in and out as it bounced out to close the first half. And a big sequence is Bowling Green back up top by double figures, Gary, 37-26.
Well, very much so.
We'll get to our halftime programming as Steve Simpson to our right, walking very slowly behind the South Oldham student athletes as they trot into the locker room. An 11-point Bowling Green lead, 37-26. Stay close. More coverage from Lexington after this.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
The one way a good person goes to prison is to hurt or kill someone while driving drunk. Why would you throw your life away? John and I are asking you, please don't drink and drive.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this. Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Find out how to recycle or dispose of any item with Waste Wizard at oldhamcountyky.gov under Solid Waste Management.
Chris LaBar alongside former Oldham County boys basketball coach Gary Forrest. Welcome back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. Bowling Green leading by 11, 37-26 in South Oldham for the first time in this tournament, staring at some adversity.
Very much so. You know, you can't shoot as well as they've done without having a little blip in the road. And the first half tonight, only 4 of 15 from the three-point areas. You know, we expect a little more out of them the way they've shot it in the regionals as well as the first couple of games here. So they're getting good looks. It's not like they're just missing by a bunch, but give Bowling Green credit. Remember, we said one of the keys to Bowling Green's success is can you keep South under 10 made threes. So we're on track right now, but we also know how South, when they hit threes, do them in flurries.
Take a look at your first half numbers presented by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. KHSAA has provided an update now. 4 of 17 officially for South, and Bowling Green 7 of 11. And in essence, almost that's the difference in this game.
It very much is. So my official stats, not off by much.
Pretty good, though.
As we get the back up, certainly. Yeah, between cheering and trying to keep an eye on things, we're right on top of things. So South just needs to get a few to drop, tighten up a little on D, and I think this game gets really interesting in the second half.
South Oldham, as you look at the rebounding, they're a +6 on the glass, but that's a byproduct, Gary, of a lot of missed shots.
Well, it is, and long missed shots. You know, we talked about when you shoot threes, the ball kicks off a little longer, and they were beneficial. South, one possession we talked about, had 4 offensive rebounds and finally made a 3 at the end of that.
South Oldham numbers, 11 of 31 from the floor, so don't have our calculator handy. That's about 33%, or perhaps a little less than that.
Very much so, and looking at my rough ones, Bowling Green just a smidget over 50% total 3s and 2s.
This is a Bowling Green team. They're not historically known for three-point shooting, but boy, you couldn't tell by their performance in the half.
It's been added pleasure for them the way they've shot it. You know, if people didn't know, they'd say, oh, that's the team. So South, a little gain to be made the second half. Knock those, and don't think that they won't continue to shoot those threes.
Halftime in Lexington. Bowling Green on top of South Oldham, 37-26. More coverage after this pause from Glycod.
Be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Halftime in Lexington, Bowling Green on top of South Oldham, 37-26. So, Gary, a couple of adjustments you think that need to be made here in this half for the Dragons?
Well, for the Dragons, they need to tighten up a little bit on Bowling Green's penetration. As we mentioned right toward the end of the first quarter, almost every offensive possession Bowling Green had started within the paint. So they were getting way too far in, causing South to have to collapse their defense. And quite frankly, we haven't seen Bowling Green shoot the three as well as they have today. So once again, crowd them a little bit. But remember, if you crowd them, you're going to force them into the paint even deeper. But those threes that Bowling Green made, maybe a little unexpected, the percentage that they hit. Wow.
Luke Eidlet, 12 points, leading all scorers, 4 of 5 on three-point shots. Joe Hurt with 11 for South Oldham. No double-figure scores just yet. William Burnside, 8 points, 6 rebounds. And Brooks B with 7 points. Julian Miles, 5 points, 4 assists, and no turnovers in that first half.
No, I mean, those numbers were good. The rebound numbers were good. They just didn't make the threes the way we've seen them make them so far. And give credit to Bowling Green. I think they crowded them a little bit, forced a few hurried threes, if you will. So, for yourself, no major changes. Your inside game has actually been a plus between Burnside and B. So you just keep going, and hopefully Julian Miles gets going offensively. His stroke seems to be off just a little bit.
Well, we've seen South Oldham, so many times this year with Glycod carrying all the games and over the years, and South can make points in a hurry. So this 11-point difference really doesn't feel like that many at this point.
No, not what we've come to be expecting. When they get them in flurries, as you mentioned.
South Oldham still in the locker room. Bowling Green just coming out on the floor, warming up at 4 minutes ahead of the second half. We'll step aside. More coverage coming up from Lexington. It's semifinal number 1 in Bowling Green on top of South Oldham, 37-26. Be right back after this from Glycod.
Be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
37-26 Bowling Green as we get set for the second half. Now a quick message from Clementine's Car Wash, and then we'll be right back on Glycod.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Lycon.
It's going to be South Oldham ball to start this second half. Again, the Dragons on the season having the school record in wins, 31-5 against Bowling Green. Purples 30-6. And Dragons only leading in this game for 1 minute and 6 seconds as Bowling Green, for the most part, has controlled pace. They've controlled the shots. And they have an 11-point lead as South Oldham about to send their quintet back on the floor to resume this second half. What do you look for here early, Gary?
Well, South's just going to chip away and find that flurry that we're so accustomed to seeing them get. And usually it happens sometime around the mid-third quarter, fourth quarter. And it's not one to be caught up quickly, even though when you make a bunch of threes, I don't see Bowling Green continue to shoot as well, but whatever, they've got to find the one guy that's the big scorer for them so far, and that's the outside corner shooter. And stats say that he's a double-figure scorer, and he showed us why so far.
Yeah, that's Luke Eidlet. So South ball to start left to right as Searcy paces into front court, finds Julian Miles. Miles high left, Miles foul line jumper, in and out. Rebound Jake Fithian, he missed it underneath, and Bowling Green out with the rebound. Dragons missing 2 shots on goal there as Caden Carpenter into front court. There's Carpenter wheeling left against Fithian, muscles it up and in.
Really just took it right at Fithian. Fithian gave up way too much ground to start with.
13-point Bowling Green lead. This is their longest with 7:25 in the third quarter. Julian Miles handles it up top. Miles applying the break. His pass deflected, but Miles gets it back. Miles in the corner to Brooks B. B tees up a three. No. Long tapped around to Burnside, and Fithian out for South Oldham. There's Burnside back to B. Fithian a corner three. Yes!
Well, good start. Once again, kept alive by 3 offensive rebounds and finally results in a made 3 attempt by Fithian.
His second made 3, and the lead now at 10 for Bowling Green with 6:50 in this third quarter. Banks 15-footers off. There's Burnside for a South rebound. They head now to Searcy.
Burnside paying dividends already. 2 rebounds the first 2 possessions.
There's Fithian. Has it trickled back to him, and he put it in after the near turnover.
Well, it didn't look pretty, but here's South chipping away. 5 points right here off the bat.
Fithian with all 5 of those Dragon points, and Bowling Green now by 8. 6:28 third quarter. There's an entry to Banks. Banks double-teamed. Banks working opposite Miles, and Miles able to poke it away, and it's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say Bowling Green, as that ball may have ricocheted off of Bailey, but apparently it's going to belong to Bowling Green.
Miles was lobbying for that call right beside the official, and the guy just smiled and said no.
So Deuce Bailey to inbound for Bowling Green as it's floated back to Joe Hurt. And now Caden Carpenter up top, number 10 for Bowling Green. There's Hurt, belt high pass, swung back to Braylon Banks. Banks angling as they'll wind it around the clock. To Carpenter, top of the key.
Everything dribble drive.
Hurt sealed off, finds Banks. Banks working opposite Jake Fithian.
He's going to look to take Fithian if he can. I think he smelt blood the first time that he drove him, and we can look at Banks try to drive Fithian.
There's Carpenter in the near corner to Joe Hurt. Is Bowling Green very deliberate here in this set. Carpenter working opposite Searcy. Xander Searcy cuts off the path. Carpenter winds it around, and Searcy called for the foul.
That's what they're trying to do right now. Just dribble arc through, find the matchup that Bowling Green likes, and then try to drive that man to the basket. First 2 possessions of the second half, they've shown that.
Searcy's had a tough time at times on defense, and here comes Colton Wuchterl to check in as Bowling Green's Caden Carpenter for 2 purples free throws.
Well, unfortunately for
First one is in.
It started early when he got smashed across the nose and was out for most of the first quarter, getting patched up.
So Searcy is out as Colton Wuchterl comes in.
Well, Wuchterl being a little taller, defensively should be able to guard that guard cutting.
Carpenter's second free throw swirls out. Rebound claimed by Colton Wuchterl of South Oldham. Heading out of Miles with 5:30 to play third quarter. Miles, a pull-up three. In! South has made 2 threes in this third. The lead now at 6 for Bowling Green with 5:20 on the timer. Far sideline, it's Bailey. As Bailey drives, and it's going to be a side-out deflection and belong underneath to Bowling Green. Is Bailey going to try to inbound right in front of Julian Miles and floated in the far corner now to Caden Carpenter.
Watch Carpenter on the drive. He'll try to drive. Whoever's got nice matched up with Miles, not so much easier.
There's Banks, belt high pass on top. Joe Hurt, under 5 in this third quarter. Bowling Green led by 11 at half. There's Hurt cutting, now back to Banks. And a wonderful inbound and basket for Deuce Bale as he sliced through the defense. And it's 42-34 as Miles accelerating now. Wuchterl up top, back to Fithian in the corner, Burnside. Burnside angling left, going to take the defender, muscled it up short, followed around and out of bounds to South Oldham.
Kind of a, I'm not sure call, but I think it rightfully was South. Matter of fact, I thought Burnside got banged on the shot and no look, no call.
Yeah, Burnside absorbing contact as he floated up with a left, so South ball underneath, 4:29 in this third, and we've got Miles and Bailey exchanging some pleasantries.
Well, you got 2 alphas guarding one another. That'll happen.
And the official will step in as South Oldham to inbound.
They're going to have to split them up again before this is over.
Fithian inching it into Miles as Miles steers over at his head coach on the near sideline as Miles veering right, and Bailey diving for the floor. That's Brooks B and South Oldham with numbers. There's Wuchterl, a 3, long. And Bowling Green with a rebound. Here comes Caden Carpenter. 4 minutes in this third quarter, the lead at 8. Burnside on defense. There's a swirling shot in, and there's just no response to this dribble drive as Banks puts it in.
He's very deliberate, takes his time.
Here's Wuchterl of South Oldham's defense having a very hard time. Here's Fithian angling in. Colton Wuchterl in the corner. Skip pass near sideline B. Up top, Julian Miles. Miles, a deep 3 up top. No. Short. Bowling Green with a rebound as Carpenter brings it down. And now Banks. Banks inside the lane, blew past everybody and laid it up off. Bailey followed, no. Joe Hurt puts it up, that won't go, and Burnside there for South Oldham. Here's Jake Fithian the other way for the Dragons. Fithian in the corner to Wuchterl, back to Miles, he'll try a 3, no. Long rebound, Bailey. And Bowling Green out with it with 3 minutes in this third quarter. Dragons have had their looks, just not going in right now. Bailey drives, and he lost the handle. Here's Julian Miles, outlet Colton to Wuchterl, and Wuchterl will dunk it.
Well, Wuchterl, the guy yesterday who made 3, shows that he's got some hops himself with the run-out dunk.
2:50 now in this third is Bowling Green possessing the ball, leading by 8.
South Oldham changing, trapping out front now. Coach Simpson wanting to change this pace defensively.
Caden Carpenter Inside the lane, goes right through the teeth of the defense. Missed the shot, got the rebound though, and it's going to trickle on the floor right to Bowling Green. Hurt follows, there's two more.
Well, South gave up way too many offensive rebounds that possession.
Going to have a South Oldham timeout. It's a full timeout, and that in essence will be two quick timeouts because there's immediate timeout after the next dead ball. 2:16 in the third, 46-36 Bowling Green. South Oldham possession after this.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the law offices of D. Camillus and Mattingly in Louisville. Our reputation is our trademark.
Back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. 2:16 in the third. Bowling Green leading South Oldham 46-36. It will be South Oldham ball. Both two of the three officials anyway conferring near side court. I'm not sure if there was a warning between both the Deuce Bailey of Bowling Green and Julian Miles of South Oldham, or what the situation is.
Well, we saw a little chit-chat, both of them pushing a little bit, and I think the officials, good job of officiating, warned both coaches, cool those two down. As I mentioned earlier, that's two alpha males guarding one another.
And D.G. Sherrill to our left, the Bowling Green head coach, receiving explanation from one of the officials. So apparently just a warning on both, as South Oldham will inbound at side court. And again, the next dead ball will result in immediate timeout. So Miles picking up a foul preceding the dead ball. I believe there's a double foul is what the indicator was. So Bowling Green now with one team foul this quarter, South Oldham with two. And the Dragons will have possession here momentarily. As Wuchterl finds Fithian in backcourt. And they're going to have Wuchterl run the point. And Julian Miles on the bench here for South Oldham as Wuchterl around to Drew Campbell. Campbell spins in, lost it. And Bowling Green out with it, and Brooks B. Wonderful effort by B to keep it for South. There's Fithian in the corner. Wuchterl baseline, block shot. And Bowling Green out with it.
Coach Simpson disgusted with the no call.
And Idlet's shot denied by Burnside. It's going to stay Bowling Green ball with 1:46 in the third. And we'll have a timeout. 46-36, Bowling Green on top of South Oldham. More coverage right after this timeout.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
Bowling Green on top of South Oldham in semifinal number one today, 46-36, 1:46 to play in the third, and South Oldham just can't get enough sustained traction to get back in this game.
No, small little runs, nothing like they've been known for throughout tournament play, so still plenty of time just because of the way they can explode offensively. But right now, Bowling Green has had every answer to South. Every time it would look like South was maybe going to get a little bit of a run, Bowling Green has changed paces a little bit and caused them to have to play more time on defense.
Perhaps the biggest difference in the game, at least to date, is South Oldham on defense, just guarding the ball up top.
Well, the best thing you can do against a very good offensive team, make them play defense for a much longer time, and that's what Bowling Green has done.
Will be Bowling Green possession underneath. And South Oldham's going to bring back Julian Miles. Also, Adrian Miles will check in. And Adrian was really key in that comeback yesterday. Jake Fithian, Brooks B, and Colton Wuchtrell out there also.
Well, they're throwing double Miles at them right now, so both the Miles brothers are in. Let's see if they can pick it up on the defense a little.
Bowling Green possession. It's Orlando Davis to inbound, 6-foot sophomore. Backup point guard, and he'll float it all the way back near half court to Braylon Banks. Banks in the corner to Deuce Bailey. Bailey spins it, idlet a free for a corner three. Short on that one, and there's Miles for a South Oldham rebound as Miles into front court. Wuchtrell up top. Wuchtrell baseline. Over to Adrian Miles, top of the key. And Julian has that ball in or off of Jake Fithian as Fithian darted to the basket, and it's out off South Oldham.
Well, tough angle. Miles trying to make the pass from the middle of the floor for a cutting Fithian. It was just a tough angle pass. Look for the trap out front and on the wings.
There's Idlet trapped in the corner in front of the Bowling Green bench. Now the Purples have it on their side of the floor. Strong drive, Braylon Banks. Banks at the foul line. Around to Wardlow, and now Braylon Banks inches it to Idlet in the corner where he's been so lethal. There's a pass underneath, and Julian Miles called for his third foul as he'll deny Jace Wardlow, but Wardlow for 2 free throws. Third foul on Julian. Third foul this quarter on South Oldham, so Bowling Green's Jace Wardlow, 82% foul shooter, will have 2. And the first one is in.
Looked like an 82% shooter there, and nothing but net.
This Bowling Green program, again, 19 times to the Sweet 16. That's a 9th amongst all Kentucky programs. They won the whole thing back in 2017. And Wardlow steers another swish. In Bowling Green, we're going to keep things here as the Purples call a 30-second timeout with 1:01 in this third quarter. Steve Simpson, he's chatting with one of the officials. He's at different points of this game trying to have conversations with all 3 of them.
Right, and they'll allow so much, but I think his feeling is, you guys aren't calling the same way you called the first half. It's become much more handsy. If you're going to call it, fine, call it both ways. And you just plant that seed for maybe later on.
If you just joined us, Bowling Green has led, with the exception of 1 minute and 6 seconds in this game. They led by 11 at half, and they've added 1 to that margin as we have 1:01 in this third quarter.
Well, and so far only 6 made threes for South Oldham today. So, the standard of keeping them under 10 is easily right now reachable by Bowling Green.
Here comes Julian Miles pacing into front court. Wuchtrell near corner on a screen. Backdoor cut Jake Fithian. Fithian maneuvers baseline. In the corner, Brooks B. There's Julian Miles. Miles driving, contact in the whistle. And a foul on Bowling Green with 45.7 left in the quarter.
Well, Miles kind of judges play. He's been very giving from the point guard spot. But because they're not shooting well, it's his kind of alpha male attitude. He's going to try to help his team pick it up a little bit by drives from out front, but always a very good free throw shooter. Misses the first one.
He did. He missed 2 crucial ones yesterday, but then came back to tie up that loose ball at half court to give South the arrow.
Made a great play, and that's what you love to see athletes, just him dropping their head. He found a way to get it back.
Miles missed them both.
Oh, boy, we've been here before.
44 seconds left in the third as Bowling Green by 12. And a turnover. Adrian Miles, and he threw it right through Brooks B's legs, and there's a layup at the other end.
It's 2 the other way. All of a sudden, the other team scores.
Wonderful effort by Miles and just arced right underneath Brooks B. 26 seconds left in the third. Julian Miles a pull-up 3. No. Bowling Green with a rebound is Carpenter. Into front court. Carpenter behind his legs. And there's Miles back to steal it with 12 seconds left for South Oldham. Over to Jake Fithian, lobs it to Wuchterl, layup good. With 6 seconds left now, Braylon Banks into front court. Idlet in the corner, off at the horn, and it's not going to go.
Well, great job by the other Miles. Got back, kept Idlet from getting a good look at that corner three to end the quarter.
12-point Bowling Green lead, 3 quarters in the books. Fourth quarter coming back live from Lexington. This is Glycott.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycott.
Chris Labar, Gary Forrest, welcome you back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. South Oldham needing another comeback as they enter the fourth quarter. Down 12. It's certainly within their arsenal, though, Coach.
It is, but you're right on the fringe. Double-figure trailing starting the fourth, and Bowling Green has proved to be pretty good at handling everything defensively that South has thrown at them, and so South's going to have to really reach back, or a wonderful season might come to an end here if they don't have better results here in the fourth quarter.
In terms of positives today, at least William Burnside, I think, played very well. And flirting with a double-double is the South Oldham senior forward.
Yeah, very much so. And, we felt like just because of his size and, he's been consistent all year long. A little bit of a slump here as of late. And he's come out and given a great effort off the bench today.
So Bowling Green possession right to left to start this fourth quarter. The winner moves on to the state championship tonight opposite Montgomery County or Great Crossing.
1-3-1, double trap up front.
And a near steal as Carpenter out with it for Bowling Green. Ducks it down in the lane to Hurt, and Hurt is promptly double-teamed, and Bowling Green will call timeout as D.G. Sherrill did not like the makeup of that play, and it's a full timeout.
Well, Chris, here's one of the things you want to look at. Does Bowling Green attack, or what a lot of teams will do, they'll see this coming, they'll beat the first wave of the 1-3-1, and then they kick the ball back out front. For them to be successful, continue to attack the basket. That's how they're made.
Bowling Green inside a timeout, 7:48 left, 12-point game on Glycott.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycott.
Still 7:48 on the clock. It is a 50-38 Bowling Green lead as the Purples perhaps on their way to their third state championship appearance. And it started in the first half with made threes, and now it's their field goal percentage and efficiency on twos in this half.
Very much so. And I think their coach Coach Sherrill said, I don't like the way this has started. So, 12 seconds in, he says, we'll call timeout and remind these guys this is what we got to do. Let's play 2 minutes at a time, and play our way through. Continue to attack.
This fourth region is just notorious for deep runs at the Sweet 16. Warren Central with the state championship in their hip pocket over the last handful of years.
Well, mostly rural areas with the exception in and around the Bowling Green area. And notably, if you will, it's been Bowling Green High School and Warren Central and even Greenwood at one time.
It has. Purple's ball out of the timeout. Again, 7:48 left as Bowling Green will float it back to Caden Carpenter. And Carpenter.
Well, they did a great job of playing the play. And there's the attack.
And Hurt puts it in. As Bowling Green able to carve up that defense in the soft spot, it's 52-38. There's B in the corner, Fithian. Now Julian Miles, a strong drive, lays that in. With 7:23 left. Colton Wuchterl in backcourt. Now Miles going to press Bailey, and Bailey threw it out of bounds. He tried to find Idlet on the near sideline, and Idlet could not hang on. It's out of bounds to South Oldham.
Well, we've still got this Miles and Deuce Bailey one-on-one matchup, and it's fun to watch right now.
7:11 left. There's Brooks B, high right for South. Belt high pass back to Jake Fithian, top of the key. Now Fithian driving in, B in the corner. Now B inches to Miles, a deep three up top, and it's in and out as he fell down on the closeout, no whistle, and it's a Bowling Green rebound. Here comes Carpenter. That would have been a big one to bring it back into single digits. Idlet in the corner, and Idlet lost that again for another Bowling Green turnover. So the Purples doing their part here.
Yep. Miles having a chat with the official over there. Just play. Just play.
B to inbound for South, and finally Miles comes to meet the pass. And Julian into front court. And Miles lost the handle.
Tried to do too much right now.
Bowling Green with a steal. Here comes Banks. Banks, no look pass in the corner, Carpenter. With 6:30 to play. Carpenter driving past B, now applies the break. Carpenter back on top. Banks, high arcing three, yes.
Bam. When you finally get them to take a shot you want them to take, they knock it down.
55-40 with 6:13 to go. There's Fithian in the corner. He'll try to answer, in and out.
Man, that one went all the way down and in and out.
Bowling Green with a run out. There's Braylon Banks. Banks spins through the double team, lays it up, and a South foul with 5:58 remaining. And the Dragons' last two threes, the first by Miles and that one by Fithian, almost halfway down.
It's just right now, they can't get it to drop. You know, good shots, good looks, don't have a hand in their face.
That free throw long for Banks.
Bowling Green leaving the door open a little bit, unable to finish some of these last 3 or 4 drives.
Braylon Banks line 7 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Second free throw is good. And the Purples now by 16 as Drew Campbell and Adrian Miles come in as B and Burnside out. So the Dragons going much smaller here.
Very much so. You'll have to crank the pressure up a little bit.
As Wuchterl to inbound, and Campbell comes to meet the pass.
Bowling Green doing the same thing, full court pressure.
Campbell in the corner to Fithian. Fithian, open corner three, no. Tapped around, back to Julian Miles. He'll try a three, that's partially blocked. Campbell got the rebound for South. And now Campbell running out of real estate in the corner, and he threw it away. Stolen by Joe Hurt of Bowling Green. There's Hurt at the foul line, and now he'll Hurt. Retreat.
Great decision, didn't have it, felt uncomfortable with it.
Now Carpenter lofts it in the corner. 5:25 remaining. Bowling Green in control.
This is how they played from behind the other day against Ashland. Spread the floor, made good decisions.
There's Carpenter inching it to Idlet.
Remember, they've really got 5 guards on the floor, so this plays into their hands.
As Idlet finds Deuce Bailey up top. Bailey around to Hurt. Hurt lofts it in the lane. Perfectly executed.
See, burn about a minute off the clock, and you just hit it on the head. You know, they did exactly what they were looking to do and executed and scored.
South Oldham timeout, 4:59 left. Bowling Green in control on Glycod.
Ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
The one way a good person goes to prison is to hurt or kill someone while driving drunk. Why would you throw your life away? John and I are asking you, please don't drink and drive.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville. You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycon.
58-40 Bowling Green with 4:59 left. Steve Simpson with an arm around his star Julian Miles and some parting words as Miles trots back on the floor. Will be south ball, length of the floor. And Adrian Miles will inbound, and Bowling Green, they're still going to pick up the pace here as they're showing press.
Well, I like what they're doing. You know, now if South comes down, knocks down a couple threes, they might be second-guessed. But now they're backing out of it. They show press, they back it out. And I think they play their chances better when they match up on the shooters at this end. But it gives them something to think about.
And Julian Miles will bounce it across for South. There's Miles driving all the way to the basket, and he lost it, but dove back to get it. South hangs on to it. There's Campbell. Over to Adrian Miles, high left, Julian Miles working opposite. Bailey spins in the lane, lays it in, and a foul. Foul on Deuce Bailey as Miles will bank it in.
Well, this one-on-one matchup between Bailey and Miles continues. I like what Coach just did. He took Bailey out a little bit, let him calm down. You know, he gets a read on his player as well.
Julian now 0 of 3 from the foul line as that one rattled out. And Campbell a little bit late on that pass and a South foul as he collides with Luke Idlet near sideline.
Well, South Oldham starts off with a 2-2-1 three-quarter court press. And on the end of the Bowling Green offensive end is their best shooter. So South has to be very aware. He's going to hide down there in that corner and look for the long pass.
And Bowling Green going to try to do something against this press, and they'll break it. Pass over to Banks. Banks drives in, and a blocking foul underneath on South Oldham. It looks like it's on Drew Campbell.
Boy, Campbell hadn't had any luck. Every time he's went in the game today, he's immediately picked up a foul.
Campbell 4 fouls in the game, 3 this quarter on South. And possession underneath Bowling Green with 4:30 left. 58-42 they lead. Wardlow, and he nearly threw that ball away, lofted it over a double team. There's Campbell that got a hand on it, but Bowling Green preserves. There's Carpenter underneath Hurt. Hurt muscles it up underneath, and South Oldham foul. That's Adrian Miles that got tangled up, and now Julian's going to give him some gruff.
Brotherly love.
Well, Campbell got the foul, not Adrian, as Drew Campbell's going to foul out again. 4:17 left. Steve Simpson. And Miles might have some blood on him as Julian going to trot off momentarily to the end of the South bench. Or was that 5th foul on Julian? I'm confused here about what's going on, Gary.
I thought they called the foul on Campbell.
The PA announcer verbalized the foul was on Campbell. But Miles right now seated at the end of the bench. Now, he's still in the game. Miles actually
He's getting taped.
He is. He's getting.
He's got some blood on his leg.
So the foul was on Campbell. So Drew fouls out. Now Miles back in as that left lower knee is bandaged up.
No, I think if Miles had fouled out, he would have been more demonstrative.
As Joe Hurt for 2 Bowling Green free throws. 4:17 on the clock.
Miles trying to carry on a conversation with the free throw shooter, but the guy's ignoring him.
Joe Hurt, 84% foul shooter. Started his career at Fairdale, and he'll steer that in.
Joe's been pretty solid for him, particularly at the line. You know, he doesn't seem to get flustered.
Yeah, he's almost emotionless out there.
Very much so. Keeps it in check.
As Hurt again is the lead now bumped up to 17. And Hurt swishes another.
Didn't touch the rim on either one.
Boy, he's been a difference maker for Bowling Green
Nice,
today.
Solid.
19 points, game high. Miles in the corner, finds Wuchterl. There's a 3 that's off to the left, and the rebound, Bowling Green. Jace Wardlow grabs it. Hurt runs the floor, and Hurt puts it in, and a foul on South Oldham's Colton Wuchterl. 4 minutes left. Great effort by Wuchterl, but just a little bit late, and Hurt going to pad his stats for the morning.
You know, right now, Chris, I have 6 total made threes for South. 4 the first half and only 2 this half.
Hurt converts the free throw. And South Oldham in deep, deep trouble. There's Fithian. His shot is short from the right. B chases down the rebound. Now Fithian in the corner. Fithian tried to angle it in and turned it over. Carpenter out with it for Bowling Green.
Smart.
And he'll think better of a shot attempt. And a travel by Idlet on the near wing, trying to set up that pass. So back to South Oldham with 3:40 to go. And Julian Miles for South. Been a great, great run for this Dragon team, but perhaps it comes to an end this morning. There's a long 3 off from Fithian Campbell. Rebound. Julian Miles, a left wing 3. Yes. 3:30 left. And South Oldham going to press. In backcourt, that's Idlet in the corner. Banks attacking, puts it up and in, and another South Oldham foul. And Bowling Green just getting the matchups they want. They're patient enough to get them and shooting a very high percentage.
Chris, you hit it on the head. I really like the patience they've shown at the end. You know, they've in some cases turned away from what was a gimme bucket, only to burn about 20 more seconds, make a bucket, and get fouled.
Banks getting the roll. 3 minutes left.
Very efficient.
Brooks B, left wing 3. That's not going to go. And the rebound for Bowling Green. As Caden Carpenter outlet. And a lob, and Hurt tried to stuff it with one hand, and Brooks B called for the foul as he inched Hurt underneath the basket. And 2:52 left as Bowling Green back to the free throw line.
Great deal of sportsmanship. B, even though he fouled the man, went down and helped get the young man up off the floor. You know, it's kind of a lost start. I'm glad to see if someone standing over someone staring, you reach down and help your opponent up.
Media timeout, 2:52 remaining. Bowling Green 66, South Oldham 45. We'll have the conclusion right after this timeout on Glycod.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Bowling Green by 21 with 2:52 remaining in this game. And certainly we haven't seen the Purples play prior to this tournament, but boy, they've strung some solid performances together.
Well, they don't beat themselves. And we saw that the first two games when they trailed late in the game, only to show persistence and patience. Not always two things you can mix together to win those two early games and overtimes. And in this one, they've led from the beginning and took away one of South's most valuable weapons, the consistent three-pointers.
Dragons 14 made threes in the first round win versus Danville Christian. 15 threes yesterday in what may go down as the top overall performance in the whole tournament. But today, as Gary mentioned, Bowling Green has put up the detour and the stop sign.
Yeah, only 6 made threes unofficially for South. 4 in the first half and only 2 in this half. And it gets harder later. The muscles get tired. You get toward the end of it, not only a game but a season, and that basket shrinks a little.
So Joe Hurt for 2 Bowling Green free throws. Purples perhaps likely awaiting the winner of Montgomery County and Great Crossing. Great Crossing was at this level last year. We're losing in the semifinal to Travis Perry and Lyon County. And of course, the Warhawks boast Malachi Moreno, and I would think they're probably the favorite amongst the teams remaining.
I would think so for a variety of reasons. They've been there, done that almost. They're close by, but then again, so is Madison.
Free throw up and in. Yeah, Montgomery County. Both free throws in for Hurt, and he is having a tremendous afternoon. 26 points today, had 32 versus Adair County in their first round win. And South Oldham now only 2:50 remaining in their season as Miles brings it across. Finds Burnside. Burnside muscling it up baseline, and he is fouled. It's Ethan Kirkwood called for the foul as Burnside to the foul line.
Coach Simpson getting one of his seniors back in, maybe for one final time. That it's a great thinking plan by Coach Simpson to reward his seniors.
As Coach gets up and will traipse down at the sideline, and back in his chair is William Burnside for 2 free throws. He has been a bright spot today.
I'll tell you as well, at the other end, Bowling Green's Coach Sherrill has taken Deuce Bailey out, and he's thinking ahead for tonight. Bailey's got a lot of mileage on his legs for these games, and you try to save every bit of ounce you can.
Burnside short on the second free throw on the rebound, swiped out by Luke Idlet of Bowling Green.
Notice, if you will, Joe Hurt's out, so he's starting to save kids for tonight.
Carpenter near wing, Bowling Green, 7:30 p.m. playing for the state championship. They've got one in their hip pocket already, won it in 2017. It was on Coach Sherrill's watch.
Got to look for Islet to be the next guy to go out for Bowling Green.
Caden Carpenter in the corner. Carpenter now far sideline, nearing the 2-minute mark.
You send them back to the hotel. You get them up off their feet. You give them an early afternoon meal.
Carpenter drives and puts it in.
Here comes some more subs.
Yeah, Bowling Green's going to empty their bench, it looks like, with 1:50 left. Julian Miles, a high left three. That goes down. And a full timeout for Bowling Green, but Coach said he wants to continue play as he's just going to sub out players. So Bowling Green pauses play, and they're going to bring in 5 new ones, it appears. Well, Gary, things going to be short today for South Oldham, but man, oh man, this week will go down in the archives in Oldham County schools. So just a wonderful effort. We can talk more about that in the post game, but man, oh man, what a week.
Back in the days before the split, we had some teams, the Jeff Griffin group, that made it to the Saturday morning games. Then when the schools split, we've had Oldham County reached one Saturday morning session, and now South Oldham for the first time to reach the Saturday morning sessions. I'll put those numbers up with any other county.
Sure will. And South Oldham, what a treat it's been to work with these guys this year. Coach Simpson, as always, Joe Ritchie, athletic director, and Steve Simpson deserves everything that he gets for what he's poured into the community and brought to this program. And man, oh man, so great to see him lead this group all the way to the semifinal. So Montgomery County and Great Crossing, they're next. And for now, Bowling Green will inbound with 1:46 left and a plethora of new players. And South Oldham, for the moment, has their starting five out there minus. Well, it is their starting five.
It is. He'll use another timeout to give them one more opportunity for the South fans to recognize them.
Yeah. So Bowling Green subs will inbound here momentarily once the officials get the return to play. There's the horn. So 1:46 remaining.
That was the timeout for Bowling Green to take their seniors out or their guys.
As Bowling Green will inch it into front court. It's Chance Doyle that has it over now to Orlando Davis, as Davis being bothered up top by Xander Searcy. And Searcy, he's going to play through the whistles. He's called for a reach-in foul.
You know, just don't leave with his nose again.
South Oldham going to bring in 5 new ones. And the senior class for this Dragon team has been so instrumental in this program's historic run. They're going to check out.
Well, and these young kids, this is the second time they've got to enter into a game here in the state tournament. So they'll remember that as they get older. It was they started those 2 games and so forth.
Bowling Green connecting on a free throw. And the South Oldham contingent behind us and to our right on their feet. In wide applause is Jake Fithian, William Burnside, Julian Miles, and Brooks B will shuttle out, and there is an embrace for each of those student athletes. And Steve Simpson at the end of the line, he's going to get a hug for all those kids that have done so much for this Dragons program. Orlando Davis for one more free throw for Bowling Green, and that one bounces out. And the rebound to Joaquin Siakam, the freshman for South Oldham.
A name to remember. Has great bloodlines.
You're already thinking about next year, Coach. There's Adam Burkhead wheeling in, and he'll travel.
Well, for Joaquin, I'm thinking about his next 3 years.
As Steve Simpson embracing Julian Miles. Here comes Brooks B. You see a few tears there, but this wonderful run for South.
Yeah, a great compliment to our community. You know, these kids are ones that people should be proud of.
Side out deflection will belong to South Oldham now, 1:11 left. And Carter Lawrence, a junior, will get his name in the scoring column, perhaps, as he'll bring it across for the Dragons. Up top, that is Adam Burkhead. Burkhead, the senior, inches it down in the lane. Nice catch by Estrada. Estrada, another senior, and he put it in and then smiled after scoring. With 51 seconds to play. Driving in the lane is Christian Muhire, and Muhire lost the handle. So South Oldham out with it with 38 seconds left. Burkhead runs the floor, puts it up and off. And there's Bowling Green's Chance Doyle with a rebound, and Coach D.G. Sherrill will call timeout so he can get one more, make that 2 more purples into the game.
So he's got them all in now. Same way with South, 2 more additions.
So both teams bringing in all of their reserves, and for all these kids that haven't had a chance to play as much this week, what a wonderful memory being made for them.
Very much so. Very deserving.
And Bowling Green on their way, 30 seconds out, as they're in control and have been through the balance of this game. The embrace Dotson underneath. That's going to go down for Bowling Green. That's Muhire. With 12 seconds remaining. And South Oldham, their final possession of the year is Burkhead at 4. Estrada heaves a 3. That's long, and that's the ball game. Congratulations, the Bowling Green Purples are moving on to the state championship. D.G. Sherrill will shake hands with South Oldham coaching staff. Steve Simpson at the end of the line. He's got his grandson beside him. And wow, what a wonderful run For South Oldham, it will fall short this morning as Bowling Green 73 and the Dragons 51. Stay close, more coverage coming up from Lexington right after this pause on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Line to wet, not just blinds. Line to wet, not just blinds.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Final score this morning, Bowling Green over South Oldham 73-51. The Dragons being recognized and receiving a massive amount of applause from all the folks here standing up on their feet, and just a tremendous run. But credit to Bowling Green. They were the better team today, Gary.
They were, and South Oldham brought not only to their fans, but the fans here in Rupp Arena the last couple of days an exciting brand of basketball. They did some things, and a lot of people remember that team that shot all those threes.
Yeah, all those threes, 15 of them. Matter of fact, Colton Wuchterl, Julian Miles have received all tournament team recognitions. Not sure if anyone else was involved. I just glanced up at the last moment, but certainly those two very well deserving.
Very much so, and part of the community, very proud of them. They've done Oldham County well.
Take a look at your final numbers presented by German American Bank. Support your community school with a German American School Spirit Check Card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for more information. Both teams, Gary, both make 8 threes, but it took South 35 attempts to do so.
Yeah, and one of the formulas we talked about at the beginning of the game is if you can hold them under 10, percentage-wise, you have a chance. That used to always be our number, and unfortunately for South, it worked out that way this time.
Bowling Green plus 10 on free throws, rebound, and turnovers. Pretty comparable, but certainly defense. And not to discredit anything that South has done, because a wonderful season. But on defense, I think maybe today Bowling Green just had the upper hand.
Well, not only that, but when you shoot a lot of threes and you play 3 consecutive days, it shows. You're a little leery. Even though they shoot lots of threes every day, it's different, and it showed a little bit today. Everything was off just a hair. Give Bowling Green credit.
Oh, yeah. Our most outstanding players coming up, presented by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Again, Bowling Green over South Oldham, 73-51. We'll have more coverage from Lexington in a minute on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
Check it. Ooh. Oh, no.
Need a better battery? Get an Interstate battery. Outrageously dependable.
Should have had an Interstate.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Today's most outstanding players are presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Joe Hurt, stellar today. The Fairdale transfer finishing with 26 points. And how about William Burnside? A great wrap-up to his career. 9 points, Gary, 9 rebounds.
Yeah, really give him a boost off the bench today, and his presence inside was felt, rebounds, point-wise and stuff. So good to see a bounce back for him.
Some individual numbers. Joe Hurt, 26 for Bowling Green. Luke Idlett, 12 points on 4 of 7 three-pointers. Braylon Banks, 11 points, 7 assists, no turnovers.
Well, they just they all have their pieces that they fill, and it showed.
South Oldham, Julian Miles will wrap up his outstanding career, 18 points, 5 assists. Julian, tremendous effort today. 9 points, again 9 and 9 for William Burnside. Jake Fithian, 8 points, 7 for Brooks B, 7 points and 4 rebounds. And again, Gary, Dragons, tremendous run, but just couldn't string enough together today.
Yeah, people don't realize how much 3 games back-to-back play, and then when you shoot all those threes, that's draining as well. So there had to come a time where they would flatten a little bit, and unfortunately today was maybe that day.
Take one more time out back to wrap things up on our 2024-25 season after this from Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
If a drunk driver hurts or kills someone, the bar or restaurant that overserved that person is jointly responsible. I'm attorney John D. Camillus, and Rob and I hold restaurants and bars accountable. Let me speak directly to bar managers and bartenders. Be a frontline hero. Have the courage to cut someone off. If you've been in an accident with a drunk driver, call us. Our reputation is our trademark.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
You're watching Oldham High School's basketball from Glycod.
Welcome back one more time to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. Bowling Green moves on in semifinal number 1. The Purples over South Oldham 73-51. Bowling Green will await the winner of semifinal number 2 between Montgomery County and Great Crossing in the championship tonight at 7:30. So South Oldham finishes up, Gary, a tremendous season at 31-6. What are your takeaways from this wonderful year and this even better week?
Well, it's something that the people of South Oldham, the community and such, will remember. And as time goes on, it'll be something they tell their grandkids about.
And tremendous for Steve Simpson, 25th season. And, man, oh, man, we don't know what the future holds, but this was
Well,
a good week for him, well deserving.
It's one he wishes as time goes on that he get bottled and bonded.
That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for all the support on Glycod. Football season starts August 22nd. We cannot wait to see you then. We promise to provide some creative programming this spring, this summer, and we ask for your support and sponsorships and all that you do. We thank you for all you do. For all of our great team at Glycod, Steve Bird, our producer, Gary Forrest, our analyst, I'm Chris LeBar. Good afternoon from Lexington. You've been listening to High School Basketball Live on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham High School's basketball. Tonight's game was brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.